that. Okay. Oh, before we start, I have cushion blanket, something that you can use as support for sitting, for example, a cushion blanket as well. Whatever is good. The more you have, the better it is. What you don't need doesn't matter. So cushion, always to remind you that especially when you come sort of into your towards end of second trimester, it's always good to sit higher with the hips higher than the knees. And this is one reason for that is more comfort, because you have more space for your tummy. And it is just easier as well to sit just a little lift through the sitting bones, makes a big difference. But then also it has to do with positioning the baby and helping with that. So we can not truly influence it because sometimes you can do whatever you want, then the baby just doesn't position her or himself the way it would be better for birth. But we can do what we want. So if you sit tall and you have your hips a little higher, you have this slide forward, so tilting forward means the gravity draws down the head, the gravity draws forward the spine. These are the heaviest parts of the baby. And so with that, we say it is good, to sit tall so that you have this tilt, this slightness, thinking of leaning forward sensation, which is beneficial for that, and being upright and tall, also helping, and a slight forward bend, helping the spine maybe to swing around towards the front. And that makes it then easier when you give birth and the baby turns as you give birth, so they are not turning with their spine towards you, spine, so back to back, but they are turning more towards the spine coming towards the front, which is much easier than for the neck to maneuver through in birth. And I just wanted to show, because you can see that when you go into this, because you're getting pulled back, then everything moves back towards your spine. And so as well is the baby, that's considering gravity, because then the baby's spine will more move towards yours. So it is not if you sit there for a moment like this, but if this is sort of an ongoing position that you have more throughout the day or throughout the evening, where you come into that more slouchy position. But it's in later stages, it is also not comfortable anymore. But it is still, when you're aware of why you're doing what, then you're more likely to do this. Okay. Good. So now we start sitting tall, shoulders relaxing. And let your shoulders relax. Let your neck relax, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades. Take a few breaths and let go of this week, this morning, everything that has been a bit more stressful for you. Thoughts that are recurring, let go of those. Each out breath, you can see them moving into the distance. Then bring your awareness inwards and notice how your body feels. Look into the muscles, the joints of the legs. And we look for both, so automatically the body lets us know what feels different. But what we often then associate also with it doesn't feel good, or where the body thinks there's something we need to take care of, bring to our attention. But I would like you to notice as well all areas that feel good. So naturally we are not aware of them. They are there and there's nothing wrong. So we are not aware of them. But most likely they do outweigh by much more than areas that give us some trouble. So to become aware of both is important. And then feel into your back, lower, mid-back. They have supportive functions, so feel into them and the strength. And support that it offers, these two areas that they offer. Feel into the mid-upper back. There, it could be a bit more sensation of space and lightness. Tops of shoulders, they can relax, so notice if that's the case. And if you experience something different to my suggestion, always observe that, notice without judging or without putting any value to that. We want to only observe. Bring awareness into your breath and feel the breath coming in through the nose and leaving. Feel if the airways are clear, if they are open. There can be a feeling of being slightly blocked, only because of the fluids, not any colds or anything like that. Feel into your body, or into your body, and feel the body expanding as you breathe in and releasing as you breathe out. Where the expansion is, and if you experience your breath as being satisfying in a way that it is sufficient. There is a natural pause after the in-breath and a pause after the out-breath, signaling that there is time and the body is processing, and there's a natural time when nothing needs to be done on the body. Or there can be a sensation of you breathe out and this feeling to immediately breathe in again because it doesn't seem to be enough. And only observing. And then go further and notice how you feel now. You feel more balanced, content. You feel maybe quite busy, your mind is very active, which can lead you to feeling a bit more stressed or impatient as well. Or you can feel tired, exhausted. Mind wants to stay within, there's no desire to connect or to go out. Observe. Punam mada punam idam puna punam udachyate punasya punam madaya punam eva vashishyate. Om punam mada punam idam puna punam udachyate punasya punam madaya punam eva vashishyate. Om punam mada punam idam puna punam udachyate punasya punam madaya punam eva vashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The hands on the floor, walk a little forward, depending on the space that your tummy needs and the way you feel right now. You can move a little further forward, so you can stay a little higher up, but in any position, focus on lengthening through the back. So if you like, you can roll your pelvis just a little back, lengthening through the lower back, mid back. And with each out breath, relax through your shoulders so the hands can support and the shoulders letting go. Releasing. Head relaxes, neck relaxes. Take one more breath here. And then with your next in-breath, walk back up into upright. And we start with stretching the legs out. Sitting for long enough, so stretch out through the legs. Your hands can be behind you to support, and flex and stretch your toes. Squeeze them and spread them. So withholding a little and spreading out and rotating ankles. Upper body stays long and get this feeling of lift through your chest. Rotate the other direction. And then out, and in. So although the feet are moving, but feel that movement in your hips, rotating in and out. And then let go, and then rotate out your right leg a little and draw the foot closer. And when you feel it doesn't go by itself anymore, then use your hand, draw it a little in, and let your leg relax down. Always, you can also sit here. So you start off, you can sit here on a cushion as well to get this tilt through the pelvis. And you can also have a cushion close to the hip to give support through the entire thigh, which is quite comfortable. And then you can rock forth and back. So you start with that, rocking forth and back. Forwards and up. And let's do like a 90-degree movement. So forwards and up straight, where you think you align along the leg. And then you look into the space between the knee and the leg, and then you move forwards there into that space. One more time. And then towards your bent knee, and maybe you can lean, depends on your tummy, how much space you have there, to lean a little in. One more time here. And then you go forwards to back to 45. And then back to alongside your left leg. And now we take the arm circle to go with it. With the next in-breath forward, and the arm reaches forwards as well. Lift all the way up and exhale back and down. It's such a good movement for the shoulder and for deepening the breathing spaces on this right side here at the moment, creating space between the individual ribs, space between the hip and the waist. Inhaling up, exhale back and down. One more. And then back and down, hand stays behind you to come into a gentle twist. For that, first fold in, reverse fold your left leg, so you are in mermaid. And you can be more on your right hip, lifting the left hip up and rolling it slightly forward. If it doesn't feel good, you can also stay seated there and be more upright from here. Yeah. So choose what feels best for you. You can try out both. And then look back over your right shoulder to come into this big opening across the front. Deep breath down to baby. In. Exhale. Lift through chest, lower your chin a little. One more breath in, down to baby. And one more breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten first your left leg, then right knee up into upright. Exhale, straighten the leg out. And then same on the left side. So first rotating out the leg. Draw the foot closer, and once the leg needs help, then you draw it back. If you need support here on this side, always either sitting or cushion to support. And again, rocking forth and back. So first, alongside your right leg. Keep the leg fairly active, so the toes drawing a little towards you. And 2:45. And notice how both sides feel. There can be complete different kind of mobility in both sides. And then up, facing your left knee and moving a little in, rocking bit in. You can lift the right hip off, but keep the heel firmly grounded. That's your anchor. One more time. And then back to 45. And then back to alongside your right leg. And now we take the left arm, inhaling, sliding forward. Think of lengthening throughout, so between the back of the waist, the space between the ribs, and then up, maintaining the space throughout this movement, and back and down. Maintaining forwards and up. With the in-breath, and back and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Open the side spaces and around the left upper chest. So the next one, that you take the hand behind you and keep it there, and then lengthen up and turn. Inhale and exhale, turn. Inhale. So I forgot the next time we go, move into reverse bending the right leg and then stay in the mermaid. Inhale. Create space between left shoulder, right knee. Deep breath in, down to baby. Exhale, look behind. Inhale, down to baby. Exhale, here you think of space. Left shoulder, right knee. Inhale, all the way back. Exhale. So from the mermaid position, come for a moment into heel sweep. Now, if that doesn't feel too good, you can do two ways. So rolling your cushion up a little and bring it just above the heel. So you have a bit more space at the back of the thigh and the calf. Bring that also a little forward, see where it feels best. And the other option is to have the cushion sitting on it, fold it maybe twice, so you have that space that they support through the hip, the sitting bones only. In this position here now, we do a couple of arm movements. So first off is circling the arm. So we go into the flame breathing, that is hands in front of chest, Anjali Mudra. And then as you breathe in, you move your arms up. And as you breathe out, you take them down the sides. So you use the spaces that you have created just now, both not at the same time. Exhale, sideways, down. Inhale up. If you like, you can follow your thumb up. If it's too much for your neck or it makes you feel dizzy or any other kind of discomfort, then don't do it. Inhale. And exhale down. So one last. Inhale up. And exhale down. Release through the shoulders, through neck. Okay. Bring your arms, forearms together. The elbows are roughly shoulder level or a little lower, but not much. And then with the in-breath, we take the elbows out and draw them back. And with the out-breath, we come back to center. Inhale. Draw them back. Exhale, back to center. Inhale. And exhale. Keep the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. One more time. Inhale. And one more time. Exhale. And then bring your arms down and roll through the shoulders with the hands hanging alongside your body. Okay. We do another set of 5. So again, same starting position. Elbows as close as possible together. And an inhaling lift. Draw back. And exhale towards the center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. The elbows as much back as comfortable. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Elbows drawing back and releasing forwards and down. And again, a couple of times roll through the shoulders. Releasing more tensions that we hold on the tops of the shoulders, the day-to-day tensions. And now from here, we can go on to all fours. And we continue a little bit with a similar movement. We go into cat and cow and focus on first spread fingers, the usual alignment, weight through fingers and knuckles, knees, ankles, and hips aligned. Observe your breath. And then with the out breath, tuck your tailbone under. And then focus on this movement through the upper body. So pushing the floor away with your hands, lifting the chest bone a little, opening the back of the heart. And then you look back towards your baby. And then with the in-breath release, stay parallel to the floor, but bend the elbows and lift your chest again forwards. Elbows drawing the tops of the shoulders down. Exhale. Tuck under. Focus on the upper body movement. Floor push away with your hands. Let your head relax and look to baby. Inhale. And again, exhale. Pushing floor away with your hands. Feel the openness over the back of the heart. Gaze, look to your baby. Inhale. Bend elbows back. Draw the tops of the shoulders down with the elbows moving towards your thighs. One more. Rounding. With the out breath, tailbone under. Push the floor away. You can put a little weight into your hands, pushing away, broadening over shoulder blades. Head is relaxing. And then inhale into the cow pose. And from here, or upward cat. And from here, walk forward. Either keep the elbows off the floor, release, chest down, and move up, bring your knees out if needed. Toes can be together. Or have the elbows grounded, especially if the shoulders feel a little tight or you feel tired. Forehead can be on the floor, and then move your hips back. And you don't, you aim for bringing them towards the wall behind you. Keeping the elbows where they are, that will then eventually also lengthening through the underarms chest, upper arm. Take 2 more breaths there. Inhale down to baby. Exhale to release, releasing tensions. Lengthen. And then with an in-breath, come back up onto all fours. Stretch your right leg out at hip level, toes pointing forward. We go into thread the needle. Still working on the same area, upper body. And here now, left hand supporting and your right arm, you can take the elbow lifting up, and you can keep the elbow bent. If the movement comes with ease to your shoulder, your arm and your upper back, then you can straighten the arm, but it's not necessary. And then with the out breath, either hug yourself and look slowly over towards the left, also turning your torso, or if it's comfortable, thread through behind your left hand. Inhale, so focus on the opening this movement. Open across chest and collarbones. And exhale. Either give yourself a hug or thread through. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale. Bring your right hand back onto the floor. Sweep the leg back. Tuck the toes under, lengthen through the back of the leg. Through the heel, calf, and the back of the knee. And then fold the foot in, inner foot, foot sole, and come into the supported side plank. Have length, and now here it might feel more open around the right hip. Deep breath, down to baby. Open across chest and collarbones again. Strong through your left hand. And exhale, bring your arm down and your knee down. And then change sides. Same on left side. Toes pointing forward, so same direction as your hands. And then inhale, lift. Again, being mindful that both sides might feel completely different. And then you adapt to what is needed on these individual sides. Threading through, but the focus is on this opening, lifting through the chest. Exhale. One more time. And then come back. Left hand on the floor, sweep back your left leg. Here pushes away. Lengthen through the Achilles, the calf, the back of the knee. And then release. Fold in your foot, inner foot, and then foot sole. And lift into the supported side plank. Your left foot is active, pushing the floor a little away, and your right foot, sorry, right. And your left foot, right hand, sorry. And be open across the chest, through the arm, long, left arm. Deep breath in. Next out breath. Bring your hand down, bring your knee down, and then take your knees wide, take your feet together, and sit back in child pose. Make two fists, bring them on top of each other, and rest your forehead on your fists. If it feels too high, sort of in the first stages, in your earlier stages, then you can also have one hand, one fist, two hands. But sort of from mid and 20, also the 30s, it is good to have two hands to keep the head a little higher. Deep breath in, down to baby and into the lower back, broaden. And with the out breath, let go through the shoulders, through your neck, creating some release through this diamond shape from mid-chest, sort of bra area, to the shoulders, out, and then towards the base of the skull. Deep breath in and long breath out. One more breath in and one last out breath. Then come back up onto all fours. Tuck your toes under. And from here we go up into standing. So first, move your hands a little closer. Then keep your knees and your feet wide. And then as you breathe in, move the hips back. Knees lifting. Walk on so that your feet are on the floor, hands are still on the floor, knees low. And then one hand onto your leg, the other one, and then straight and walk up the thighs into standing. And then wait first for a couple of breaths. Wait till everything has settled. And then stay there. Bring the hands behind. So you can take them out, back of hands together, and then bring the arms back. Interlace fingers and exhale. Move them down individually. Move the arms down. Draw the tops of the shoulders further away from your ears. And then where the shoulders, the arms, where they're comfortable, then start to lift them maybe a little, keeping the openness at the front and lower. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, lower. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Release the arms, roll through the shoulders, and take a step out, sort of middle wide stance. I'll show you what movement we do. We lift the arms up with the in-breath, and with the out-breath, bending knees, swing the arms through, inhale up. So whatever you need in terms of feet width to accommodate your tummy and where it feels comfortable, do that. Inhale up and exhale. Breathe out through your mouth. Inhale through nose. Exhale. Two more. Keeping the arms up, and then with the out breath, palms down as if you're pushing the air down. Then inhale and exhale. Use your cushion, steadying the legs. You want to bend to the side. So for that, feet comfortable distance and squeeze the cushion a little. So you need to get that sense of stability and strength through the legs. Shoulders rotating out, and then rotate out your left arm at the shoulder. Lift the arm up, and with the out breath over to the side, to the right. Lengthen away through the fingertips. Inhale back to center, exhale, arm down. And same on the other side, rotating out and lift the arm up and then over to the left. Inhale and exhale and same. Inhale, lifting up, reach up, exhale, over. In and out. And one more time on your right, lifting up, reach up and over. Inhale back and exhale, arms down. Shoulders release, roll through the shoulders. Okay. Then take your cushion, put it away. Okay. So we go into warrior, some warrior poses. And we take it from a shorter stance, not quite hips width, a little shorter. And then you take right foot over heel to right. And your left foot over the ball of the foot back. And then you look, you're aiming for a bit more space between the width. Right, so you take your back or your front foot maybe a little more out so you can easily square your hips. Yeah. So back leg anchors you and then release through the front knee. Keep the back leg as it is. You want to have a little sensation through the calves to lengthen, maybe through the Achilles as well, but that is a good feeling. Releasing down and up. So do a couple more of those. And then while you're moving in and out of the pose, so you get a sense of when we come into holding, the knee is over ankle, not further forwards, stopping over ankle. So if you need to adjust wider or shorter, please do that. And when we come into that position, knee over ankle, then take the arms down. So first we do a movement that is lifting the arms up and down, but something that is quite nice for the shoulders. So take the palms facing out, draw them back. And the palms out, the thumbs pointing away from you, and then lift with the in-breath forwards and up, and turn palms facing each other. Exhale down, extending, palms out. Inhale, lift. Palms in. Exhale down, extending palms out. Inhale, lift. Palms in. Exhale, arms down just alongside you. Straighten your front leg. And you want to circle a little, release. We want to do one more pose here. Release down again to a comfortable maximum over ankle. Anything towards you is good. Let your left hand relax down, and then lift your left arm up. Reaching up, releasing the hip down. One more breath, lengthening up. Exhale, releasing the hip down. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bring your arm down. Pivot feet forwards and bring them a little closer together. First we circle, we release before we go to the other side. Okay. Over to left. First rotating out, left foot over the heel, and then right foot over the ball of the foot. So your gait is an easy squaring of the hips, space between the feet. The back leg feels comfortable throughout. And then bend the front knee and straighten. And try this as well. Keep the front knee bent and lift the back heel off the floor and slowly draw it back down to the floor and lifting and drawing back down. So when you feel you can stay there, both sides feel quite settled, hands alongside your torso, turn your palms out, extend, inhale, lift up, palms in, exhale, release, palms out, inhale, up, palms in, exhale, down, palms out, one more time, lifting up, palms in, exhale, down, palms out, inhale, straighten your front leg and circle or sway from side to side. We'll do one more. So again, come into holding, right hand, relaxes down, reaches a little bit more down, and lift up. So the right hand, lengthen up, hip releases down. Your left hand can be on your left side. Focus on the right side to get length there, strong legs. Inhale and with the arm out. Exhaling. Pivot forwards again and circle. Through the hips. Side to side. Releasing down. Weight, intensity through the legs. Okay. Bring feet closer. And we go into the dancer pose, which is lifting the leg, holding and drawing the legs next to each other. So you're all good with that? If you need some support with that, you can also get a belt, bring it around your feet or your foot and then hold so that there's a connection there. Otherwise you hold and then you bring your knee next to your left and keep your pelvis level so it's lengthening over the front of the thigh, front of the hip. And then you can take the foot a little further back if you like, and if you feel you need something more intense. And then you take your left arm up, but up towards the ceiling. Stay tall. Breathe down to your baby. The sense of openness over the right upper chest. Bending back. Even arch in the back. And exhale, slowly release. First the arm and then the leg. Take a couple of moments to adjust. And your right leg supporting and your left leg lifting. Your gaze at one point for focus. Bend your left knee. Level them both out in terms of next to each other, but also in height. Pelvis is leveled. You can bring the foot back to open the upper chest. Strong right leg. Lift your right arm, lengthen up. So again, you want to stay tall. The elbow, left elbow can be bending slightly away from you to get this openness and a sense of bending back. And then with the next out breath, release down and release your foot. And again, circle. And bend your knees a bit more. Okay, good. Everyone is okay? Yeah? Okay. So we slowly make our way down. You are mid-mat where you can have space in front of you to walk forward. Have your feet hips width apart or slightly wider. And start off with sliding down to your knees. Lower your hips a little. Tuck your tailbone a little under. Then take the weight more through the legs. You can come a little higher with the hands. And then with the next in-breath, lift your right arm up. Come into this chair pose. And exhale, bring your arm down. And inhale, lift up. Left. And exhale, down. And slide forwards again. Lift the hips a little up. Maybe walk your feet out and come onto your elbows. Sway the hips or stay there. And we do it one more time. Walk onto your knees again. Walk your feet a little in. Lower the hips down. Walk up your thighs. Take weight through the legs. Really strong legs here. And then lift with an in-breath your right arm reaching up. Keep the hip moving down, the arm moving up. Exhale, release down. Same on left. Lift up with the in-breath. Take let the hip relax down, the arm reaches up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift the hips a little and walk your feet out. And from here now we go all the way down. One hand, two hands, knees on floor, knees wide. Hands underneath your shoulders, and we do a few circles in figures of 8. So inhaling, upper body, upper loop. Exhale, lower body, lower. Inhale, upper body, upper loop. Exhale, lower body, lower loop. Inhale. And exhale. Nice, easy, flowing, circular movements. And reverse. One more. Inhale, upper body, upper loop. And now as you come into the out breath, circling, sit back on your heels. Bring your hands again underneath your head, make fists, your forehead on your fists. One hand, one fist, two hands. But rather stay a little higher than as low as you can. The elbows relaxing out, forehead has support. The support of the forehead is really soothing and calming the nervous system. For that, it's an excellent position, and that's what we need. Calm nerves throughout pregnancy, it is good, and in labor it is really helpful to be calm and as relaxed as possible. 2 more deep breaths in and long breaths out. And to come out, so from here, lift your head up, walk your elbows a little forward, come onto all fours, so the hips moving up above the knees, and the elbows walk a little forward, so they should be underneath your shoulders or even a little further ahead, and they can be a little wider than the shoulders. Or what we feel underneath the shoulders is often more within the shoulders. So have some space, and then tuck your tailbone a little under, and then take your chest forwards and up as we do in the cow pose. So this is like a modified mini cobra. Tailbone tuck under, so you have support through your lower back, and then lift your chest forward. So you can think of you drawing the elbows back but without moving, and that lifts the chest forward, and you can gaze a little ahead of you on the floor or even a little further depending on how your neck feels. Hold for another couple of breaths. Inhale, it's good for the strength around the shoulder blades, in between shoulder blades. And then you release with rolling pelvis back. And you can stay a little higher in this cat position. And then come onto all fours. So we do one more on all fours, which is always important to do, the lunging. Lunges are really good to do throughout pregnancy. If comfortable, when they are not so comfortable is often symphysis pubis dysfunction or pelvic girdle pain could be as well. So if your body develops these symptoms, then keep it more in rocking forth and back with both legs behind you. But as long as it is comfortable for you to do move forth and back. You can also circle. Circle is a nice movement also in pregnancy. And reverse. And forth and back. Always stay where in the parameters where it feels good. Moving where with you feel good, where it feels strong, where you feel in control of the movement. And then for a moment, take your right foot toes more out to the right and rock in and out. So this is more for the inner thighs. Again, stay where it feels strong, where it feels comfortable. And stay a little leaning into the right side. Take 3 deep breaths in and out, and in again, and out, and at the end of the out breath, come back, sweep the leg in a big sweep back, again tuck toes under, lengthen through the back of the leg, and then release the knee down, change side, step forward with the left, 3 times, circling each way, small or big circles, doesn't matter. And remember, in later pregnancy, you can take the arms higher if that's more comfortable. So if you have, for example, a low stool, yeah, you can take that, or you have a ball, you can take that, or chair. We adapt, always adapt to what is needed. A few times forth and back. And then turn the toes towards the left, and for a moment in and out. Feel this opening over the inner thigh. And stay in that hold for a moment. Breathe in and out into where your body needs to open, to release a little more. And then back to center, big sweep, back with the leg. Lengthen through the back of the leg, open. And release. Take the knees wide, and for a moment, maybe for 3 breaths, come again into child pose. Breath flow. Down to baby with the in-breath. And release shoulders and neck with the out-breath. Next in-breath, walk back up into sitting on your heels. Okay, so now it would be good to have again a cushion, blanket combination to sit on your, sit a little higher than earlier, with the so you feel now you have more space. Yeah. It's high enough, Anna. You can even maybe take the other cushion as well. Usually what is a good height is a bolster, which is quite high, so that you really have that a sense of openness through the back of the knees. And you have also space, for circulation. It is important. Then sit tall, and I would like to do breathing in this seated position. If you need to lean against the wall or sofa, feel free to do that. Hands on your tummy. Yoni Mudra, thumb and index finger touching and around your navel. Okay. So we do deep abdominal breathing, which is breathing down towards baby, and you feel natural breath, and that's also something that is really important for us to learn or relearn if we have lost this rhythm of inhaling, tummy moves away from the spine, and exhale, draws back. Inhale and exhale. So with each in-breath, your baby moves towards your hand. With each out-breath, the baby moves back towards the spine. Each out breath, draw in, baby goes towards the back of the spine, and you can think at the end of the out breath to hug the baby a little more in, and then release. Inhale and exhale. Think of this rhythm of your baby. So with the in-breath, moving towards your hands. And with the out-breath, towards your spine. And at the end of the out-breath, hug the baby a little closer. One last breath. And then release your arms and take a couple of breaths in and out. Natural breath in. We do 5 breaths with the hands on the side, so they don't get too tired there. Try to get the hands sort of just below bra line, more on the side, so the elbows will come slightly more out, and then you breathe in underneath your hands. And you feel that your hands getting pushed a little out. And with the out breath, they're coming a bit more in again. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Last in breath. And then release arms again down, roll back and down. And then come into a position that you can relax in, and we combine these 2 breathing spaces. So lie over 20 weeks on your left side. Still lie on your back, if you like, with your knees bent, but whatever feels best. Main thing is when you lie on your sides, sufficient support for your neck. So I have my cushion, it's folded twice, and then it fits just about in. So your neck should be in line without dipping down. That's not so good for circulation. So you want to have that length there, rather a bit higher than too low. And between the legs, between the lower legs, the blanket or cushion, and it would be good if you have knees and the ankles or the entire foot, the top foot included in that. So you have maybe two cushions or the blanket a little further out, unfolded, so you have that support. Other option is the lower leg stretched out and the top leg on the blanket, and your pelvis rolls slightly forward. Yeah, so it looks more down towards the floor, and your lower arm can reach out, and also your head is more, everything rolls a little forward. And that can be also so relaxing. Whatever position you have settled for, let your body settle in. And then you try to combine now these two breathing spaces. So you breathe down to your baby and into your ribcage. And it's good to start off with breathing a little down to baby and a little into the ribcage. And with the out breath, empty first to the ribcage. And then through the tummy. Yeah, so inhaling down to baby and into the ribcage. When you have this feeling of both these spaces expanding, then you can breathe a little more into each. So that you always have this feeling of the tummy moves and the ribcage moves and the breath gets fuller in itself. Exhale, empty first through the ribcage, and then tummy, move back towards the spine, and also here at the end of the out breath, hug your baby a little closer. Inhale. Through both spaces, exhale. Inhale down to baby, into ribcage, expanding. Exhale, releasing from the top down. This deep, full yogic breathing is excellent to do in any time throughout the day, but really nice in the evening. It helps you to go to sleep. It helps you to maintain good depth of breath. Because although this lower space gets a little less and more difficult to access, but we have still plenty of spaces that we can breathe into to ensure that we have a good depth. Deep breath in. long out breath. End of out breath, hugging baby a little closer towards the spine. And maintaining your breath. If you like, you can do a little less intense, or you maintain it as it is, but with the out breath now focusing on relaxing your body. So you want to focus on, with the out breath, relax your legs, on your toes, through foot soles, ankles, lower legs, knees, and the thighs, all around. Deep breaths in into both spaces. With the out breath, relax the pelvis, the bony structure of it, all the muscles on the in and the outside of the pelvis, joints, with each in-breath into the breathing spaces, expanding. On each out breath, relax and release your back from the lower back, mid back, upper back, the entire spine from the base up towards the neck and the head. Each in-breath into all the breathing spaces. With the out breath, relax the front of your body, the tummy, the chest area, all the internal organs. Each in-breath into all the breathing spaces. Each out breath, relax the arms and the fingers through the palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, into the shoulder joints. With each in-breath into the breathing spaces, expand. Each out-breath, relax from the shoulder joints forward towards the chest bone, these upper chest spaces. And from the shoulder joints back towards the spine, the shoulder blades, muscles around the shoulder blades, the outside, the inside, between the shoulder blades, the tops of the shoulders, your neck, back, and the top of your head, all the roots of your hair, and the entire face with the eyes, the eyebrows, forehead softens, nose from the root to the tip, the ears, cheeks, and your mouth, the upper and the lower lip, and your tongue. Bring your focus back to your baby, and with your mind's eyes, see your baby rocking and swaying in the rhythm of your breath. It's very soothing for the baby, reassuring. Notice that at the end of the in-breath and the end of the out-breath, your body has naturally a pause. Notice these pauses, where your body waits for the next signal, where there is the moment of nothing needing to be done. These pauses you will also find in labor after each and every surge. There's a pause where your body waits for the next. And these pauses are moments of rest, moments of refocusing. Appreciate these pauses of your breath. As a reminder that there's always a little bit of time where you get your energy. Even in this intense time of labor, nature made some time for us. Purnam Mada Purnam Midam Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. Om Purnam Mada Purnam Idam Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Sound fall into your body, into your bones. Deepen your breath again. Give your baby a smile. Give yourself a smile as well. Notice how good that feels. Bring awareness back into your body and start to move fingers and toes. Ankles, wrists. Maybe you need to stretch out a little, opening the spaces again. And when you are ready from this side, slowly come back up into sitting. Notice now how your body feels, how your breath is, the space for the breath, how you feel. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.